So Byron, can you explain what the plan is?
So basically, we stripped another PC that had a full water cooling kit. Well, not a kit, like a custom loop that we made. We weren't really using it for a while, so we decided let's use it for another project. And it includes milk, and that's all I'll reveal for now. I'm just gonna clean this up. We're gonna put a PC on the test bench, and you'll see what comes next. Running a dry pump is never a good thing, right? Is it on? Is it on?
Yeah, turn off,
Okay.
turn off.
Off.
Oh my.
That is not a sound you ever want to hear.
I think it's time to take a trip, don't you?
Yeah, let's do it. We're going to this McDonald's, so it's fine.
Alright, Byron, what are we doing?
So we're heading out to McDonald's to get some milkshakes.
Milkshake. Chocolate?
Chocolate and vanilla.
And vanilla. This is a mighty fine, delicious experiment we've got going on here.
Brett, what are we going to do with our milkshakes other than just drink them?
Well, I think we should drink them. And then I also think we should water cool a CPU with them.
You think that's a good idea?
I don't think it's a terrible one.
I think it's a bad idea, which is why we should do it.
I think it's a bad idea for the pump. I don't think it's a bad idea for the processor. Anyways, this is part of the Stupid series, showing tech undermining present intellectual discourse.
I think I'm going to have to order me a CPU tomorrow.
I think you're a bit overly dramatic at this point.
Hi, do you have thermal paste?
Do we have?
Do they have thermal paste? Don't worry, can we have 2 chocolate and 2 vanilla milkshakes, large please? Thank you. Thanks. 2 vanilla, 2 chocolate.
Oh, okay. Got it. We're good to go. Let's risk it for the biscuit. So the real point behind all of this is not to do something that's actually functional or proper or smart or anything like that. Like, we do risk damaging some serious components such as the water pump as well as the reservoir and basically the entire water cooling loop. I'm not at all convinced that we're putting the CPU at risk here, but I do think that caution should be advised if you're ever gonna water cool your PC with a milkshake. So with that, I say, let's start pouring.
Real milkshake. Nice and lumpy.
It doesn't really.
We're gonna have to water it down.
Yeah, I think milk it down is more appropriate. So do you think we should hold off on the milk?
Add a little bit.
Okay.
Just to make sure that it pours nicely.
That's probably good.
True. So let's switch it on and get it pumping. Oh, that looks so gross.
Alright, the pump is going. Needs a bit more.
More milkshake.
Needs more milkshake.
Needs more milkshake.
Yeah, F1.
We need more milk. Whoa,
It's not actually even going through the pump. Pulling through now, look at that. It's having a hard time right now. But it's working. So now it's gone through here and now it's recycling through the pump. Do you maybe want to tilt the pump? Would that help? I think the rad might be having a hard time here.
Yeah, it's super thick.
Don't forget we still have to pour more chocolate milkshake in there.
There we go.
Now we have a fully functioning water loop. Milkshake loop complete.
Okay, let's add some chocolate.
Okay. Oh, of course you have to drink it first.
Ugh. I don't think I've ever downed a milkshake that fast. Okay, more milk.
Get that chocolatey goodness. So we're sitting at 19 degrees Celsius currently.
Wow. That is better than what I thought.
Well, it's a cold milkshake. All right, so we need to get into Windows and then load up Prime 95. Can I have my milkshake? Just checking the ambient temperature outside, over 21 degrees. What the CPU is running at, it's just under, at like 17 to 18 degrees, thanks to the cold milkshakes. And Byron says that it's foaming as of now. I think it is time to start our stress test, don't you?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So we started initial testing.
Oh, wow.
CPU is at 100, sitting pretty at 36 degrees.
It's like a beating heart. Oh, that is so gross.
So we're actually sitting pretty at like 38, 39 degrees. Just kind of curious here. Yeah, that still feels cold. Actually, let me check the temperature of the actual. Okay, so the milkshake's actually 17 degrees, even still.
That's really cold.
On this torture test. All right, we are coming up on 30 minutes of active 100% load on the CPU, and we are sitting at a max of 47 degrees and a current temperature just roughly around that on some of the cores. Looks like we still have a while to go. All right, we are sitting at just over an hour now of total stress test time, and we are still sitting pretty at a max of 55 degrees. Just checking the temperature here outside. It's gone down by about 1.5 degrees to 20.5. And then the pump is actually starting to get noticeably warm. Like, just even checking the temperature of the fittings, they're getting up to 36, 37, 38 degrees. So it's definitely heating up, just not moving as quickly as I thought it would. So apparently at least an hour is what you can expect to get on some decently quality milkshakes. Quick, cover it quickly. Okay, so it is currently 11:46 at night. We hit a max of 55 degrees, but it is currently raining, so we have to call this experiment quits because this is on an open test bench. So Byron, get it inside. We had to end this experiment a little prematurely. However, I think it was an overwhelming success. Only 56 degrees, I think it was, after an hour and a half of testing of 100% CPU usage. I think it's pretty low. I think it's safe to say a milkshake is a very respectable cooling solution for your PC.
Although you should probably not do it. I mean, it's kind of the...
I can't imagine what kind of like mold and microbes and...
Swamp Thing will climb out of your PC after a week. You don't want it. Don't do this at home.
Alright, so what do you think we can improve for next time? I think we need to use an overclockable CPU.
Definitely. Something that has...
more
thermals,
heat, more heat threshold to get this going a little bit quicker, because we probably could have run through the 100 degrees Celsius if we had an overclock 6700K.
This would have taken a day probably, at this rate at least. Next time milkshake that doesn't foam so much, so maybe not McDonald's.
Probably a good idea. Maybe a homemade milkshake next time.
Actually, I don't think we should ever try this again. That was a cool experiment, but I think at the end of the day, the thing we're trying to get at is that even though milkshake works, like realistically 55 degrees is pretty respectable. Like it's way better than we expected. Like we were thinking kind of like 70 degrees, 80 degrees probably like in less time than this. It's just the consequences. It's kind of like what happens afterwards. Like your pipes are going to be moldy. There's going to be like gross stuff growing inside of here. You're never going to be able to clean it. Your pump's eventually going to seize. It's not a situation you need. Like this is a temporary fun project. This is not a system you would use every day. Yeah, and I think the main point is don't take PC building so seriously. That's the whole point of this stupid series. Showing tech, undermining present intellectual discourse. You know, the PC master race gets caught up in a whole bunch of like AMD versus NVIDIA and bickering and infighting. So in this case, is it milkshake versus water? Milkshake versus water cooler. I think the milkshake actually has a better advantage just because of the thickness. It takes more to heat it up. Maybe. Until next time. I'll see you guys in the next... Until next time. See you guys in the next video. Cheers. Like this video if you like milk. Dislike it if you're lactose intolerant.